Hi guys. That cord in the back is just an eyesore. Hold on. But today I'm going to be filming the K-pop albums that defined me tag. So this tag was actually created by Sanaa Storia. I will put her channel in the description because she is amazing. I love her videos. I watch them all the time. I would highly recommend checking her channel out. She is also the sweetest person in the entire world and also the most creative because I just thought the whole idea of this tag was so creative and something new, and I'm really glad that she created this tag video. And she tagged me, which I was really happy about because I feel like sometimes I don't really fit in with the other K-pop YouTubers. I don't know why, I just feel like kind of an outsider from them. So I'm really happy that she tagged me and I feel wanted. So yes, thank you Sanaa for tagging me and for creating this tag video. I'm doing mine really late, so I got to watch other YouTubers do it already. I've seen some people do it a little bit differently, but there's no like specific way you have to do it. But I kind of want to do this tag in a way to kind of know my K-pop story, kind of like how it all happened and how I got to this point and stuff like that, and like where it all started. So there's like groups that got me into K-pop and it's part of my journey that I don't even have any of their albums, and it's like really unfortunate that I can't have the album to show, but I just picked everything I could to like show my journey. And if I don't have a specific album I wanted to show, I just chose like the closest album to that era. So I know I'm a little bit off because I just don't have all of the albums that I wish I had to show that actually define me. But okay, this intro is really long, so let's just get into it. So we will start off in the very beginning, which is my K-pop birthplace. It is After School. So this is their Virgin album, and Shampoo wasn't the first After School song I ever heard. I was there for that comeback. I was alive and I was living that comeback, which I did love Shampoo. Like when After School came back, I was obsessed with Shampoo, not gonna lie. But After School was my K-pop birthplace, and the very first song I ever heard was After School's song Diva. Thank you to my friend. She lives in Thailand, and I haven't seen her in a few years. Actually, the last time I saw her was prom of like when I graduated like 5 years ago or 4 years ago. It'll be 5 years this coming year. Thank you to her. Just we were planning to have a sleepover, and just while we were at school, we like planned it at school, and she was like, "Hey Katie, so for tonight, I was wondering if you'd be like interested in watching a Korean drama with me." And I was so down. So anyways, the drama was You're Beautiful, and Yui from After School was in the drama. So she didn't tell me this, but I think the reason why she first showed me After School was because Yui was in the drama. So we first started watching the drama, and then after we took a little break from watching a few episodes, she wanted to show me K-pop. So the very first thing she showed me was Diva by After School. I guess it was like her current jam or something, I don't really know, but that was the first song I ever heard. So that was basically my K-pop birthplace. And yeah, she showed me the music video. I just instantly fell in love. I was pretty young back then. I was like 14 or something, so back then I really was into like cute and bubbly, like kind of like girly concepts. I don't know, because I think just like my younger self just like really enjoyed that kind of cute and fun and bubbly kind of sound. So I was actually more into girl groups when I first got into K-pop. While I was at her house, she also showed me Kara. I don't have any Kara albums, but Kara was one of the very first groups I ever heard. She showed me their song Mister. That was the first Kara song I ever heard. She showed me some of the solo singer Lee Hyori. I liked her too, but I just really liked After School the most out of everything she showed me. She showed me some Thai groups as well, but I loved the Thai groups too. I thought they were really awesome, but I just was really into After School. I don't know what it was about them. Basically, like the next day when I went back home, I was just like, well, I wanted to finish the drama, so I finished You're Beautiful. I literally finished it within like 2 days. Like, I'm not joking, like, or maybe like 3 days. I like was obsessed with the drama. And also 2 more characters in that drama that like really like interested me was Honggi's character and Younghwa's character, and I liked both of them. So I searched up, well, I think I first searched up about Honggi because I just thought his character Jeremy was like really cute and just adorable, so I wanted to know more about him. And I just searched him up thinking he would just be like some actor, but I found out that he was part of a band, and I love bands to begin with. I already was like a huge band person. I was like in band in high school. I just loved like the idea of bands. Since I already liked kind of a band, kind of a style, I was like, okay, so I searched them up. Well, that brings me to the next album, which is FT Island Beautiful Journey. So at the time, Sarang 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 or Love 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 was the first FT Island song I ever heard. Yeah, because this was like their latest comeback at the time, and this was the first thing that showed up when I had searched their name, and I instantly fell in love. I just loved their sound so much. So FT Island was the first boy group I ever found out about and loved instantly. I just loved their sound so much, and I'm still a huge FT Island stan till today. I've loved them ever since, and this is back in 2010, by the way. Since I loved FT Island so much, I'm like, hey, you know what about that other guy in the drama? I'm gonna search up him. So I like found out his name and I searched him up. Also, just in my head, I was just thinking he's probably just some actor, but turns out he was part of a band too. Like, I'm like, 2 bands? Like, wow, this is awesome. So this brings me to the next album, which is CN Blue, Blue Tory. This already released in like January or something, but this was the first CN Blue song I ever heard, and I was in love. I'm a Loner is still one of my all-time favorite CN Blue title tracks. It's just amazing, and I instantly fell in love, and I wasn't sure which one I liked more, FT Island or CN Blue, but I just really loved both of them. I didn't know that they were from the same company till like way later. Like, I had no idea. The whole company thing, when I first got into K-pop in like 2010, I never paid attention to it. I didn't really even realize like about the companies and all these different entertainment companies. I never really understood it and like really thought so deeply about. These were like my introductions, and like within like the first day and second day, time had passed and I'd finished You're Beautiful, which I loved it, and also I wanted to start a new drama, so my friend recommended me the drama My Girl. It has oh, what's his name? Jungi? Something, I forget his last name. He was in he was like the lead role in Scarlet Heart Yo. Yeah, he was in the drama, and he was like super young. This was like back in 2009, so he was like really cute, and this is when I really liked him. Like, I had like a crush on him kind of, and he was like second lead, so I always fall for a second lead. But anyways, while I was watching that drama, I thought to myself, I'm gonna search up more K-pop. So, but actually with my like obsessed self, I was like searching of After School, and I don't know if anyone has seen this. I'll actually link it in the description if I can find it, but I remember watching this like dance battle of After School. I only watched it because After School was in it, because I was just really obsessed with After School. I actually still on my Facebook have like random pics of After School I posted on my Facebook, just like me obsessing over them. Like, I love their style, they're so cute, and they're still on my Facebook like from 2010. Anyways, but I watched this dance battle of After School, and they were versing some other girl group. I didn't know who the girl group was, but I just was paying attention to After School just because I loved them so much, and then I thought to myself, I wonder who this girl group is. But in my head I'm like, I don't like them that much. Like, I like After School only. I don't know why I was just like so into After School. So I was just doing my regular thing, watching After School videos, and then in my recommended popped up Girls' Generation O, and just with the thumbnail, I remember the thumbnail is Sooyoung with her cute little smile. So I just saw the thumbnail and I was like, oh, that looks really cute, and I just thought to myself, I'm gonna click this. So I did. Then O was officially my first Girls' Generation song I ever heard. So then that brings me to the next album, which is, well, if I had O, I would show it, but I just have the repackaged Run Devil Run, which I did watch Run Devil Run like right after, because I saw it was also in my recommended and it was by the same group. But anyways, the second I finished the music video, I was like, oh my god, I love them. And that was like their, well, in the Run Devil Run was like their latest song. So I was like, oh my god, like, oh, another group to stan that I love so much. I don't know, I just, see, there's me when I was younger. I just loved the girly, cute kind of style. I was just really into it. But then when I found out this, like, they did like a darker concept, I was like, oh, like, this is lit. Like, this girl group can pull off 2 completely opposite concepts. I thought that was awesome. That was kind of like the very start of my K-pop obsession. I would always listen to Girls' Generation. I had went back and watched some of their older songs, and I was just really into them. So in my high school, in like PE, physical education, we would have like the dance unit. This is in the very beginning of 2011, and the dance unit like starts in the very beginning of the year. You gotta like form a group, and you gotta like do a dance in front of everyone. Like you just gotta like make up a dance or whatever. And so in my PE class, I had a lot of my friends, and actually a lot of my friends had liked K-pop. I got one of them into K-pop, so that was really cool. A few more of them were like Asian, so I think they like already liked K-pop anyways. When we formed our dance group, either me or the other girl, I forget who it was, but one of us said like, hey, you know what, do you want to like dance to like a K-pop song? Like they're really fun. We like all kind of agreed to do it. So what we danced to for our dance, for the dance unit, was actually a mashup, a 2010 mashup. This mashup person like that does K-pop mashups had done a mashup of all like the popular songs in 2010. So we had danced to that. I don't know, I think my friend that I got into K-pop found this mashup and she showed us, and like we were like, wow, this is awesome. So yeah, and we danced this mashup. I'll actually, if I can find it, I'll put the link down below. So that was what we had danced to. And but the very first day that we got our group formed and we figured that we would dance to that, later when I got home that day, I just searched up the mashup, and I was really like into the mashup. Like it was so catchy, and like I loved every song, and there was a lot of new groups to learn. I was like, wow, look at all these new groups I don't know. So yeah, actually I'm definitely gonna try and link it in so you'll know some of the very first groups I ever heard. This is when I started getting introduced to a lot more groups, and I was so into the mashup that one by one, like, you know, in the description of the mashup person had like written every song down below, like what he had included. So literally one by one I'd searched up on YouTube just to watch the whole music video, because I was so into like each song that was mashed up. I just wanted to hear the full song. So yeah, I had done that. And one group that was in the mashup I was really intrigued by, and that group, which brings me to my next album, is FX. So yes, I was very intrigued by FX. It wasn't Pinocchio, it was actually their song Nuebio. That was the first FX song I ever heard, because that was the song that was in the mashup. I had searched up the full song, and wow, like I just thought it was the catchiest song ever. And I thought the whole group to me seemed very unique and like different. Like I've never seen a girl group like this before. I loved their concept. I was just obsessed with them. So I was really into FX during that time. And also during this time is when I got another one of my friends into K-pop, and she loved FX a lot. So I love like getting people into K-pop. It's really fun. But yeah, so FX was definitely part of my journey. They were fairly new groups. They didn't have like so many other releases, but I went and watched some of their other songs, and I still loved them. When this did release, I like replayed it over and over. I was obsessed with this when it first came out. When the repackage of this, Hot Summer, came out, I remember walking down, I've said this in one of my monthly updates, but literally that summer I was like walking downtown with my friends, and I would literally be playing it out loud on my iPod, and we would just be like jamming to it walking around downtown. Like it was literally like our like summer jam, like oh my god. And then when Electric Shock came out, that was like, I think I ended up getting sick of that song because I replayed that like a million times. I was obsessed with Electric Shock. But yeah, so that is that. During these times, actually around this time is when I first made my Tumblr, because some of my friends had a Tumblr and they always talked about it. Tumblr was like really in back in those times, like late 2010, early 2011, 2012. Tumblr was like really in. I thought like, I really want a Tumblr. Like some of my friends have it and they keep talking about it, and I'm out of the loop, so I want one. So I created my first Tumblr, I think in the very beginning of 2011. And I was kind of into K-pop back then, so all my posts were like about K-pop and just like Asian stuff in general. I actually kind of got made fun of a little bit for like liking Asian things. People would always just say like even some of my Asian friends I knew, they'd be like, Katie, you're more Asian than I am. Like they would just joke. I mean, they're just joking, but I would be like low-key made fun of. And so then I was a little bit embarrassed since I got made fun of a little bit. I would try and like, I was kind of like, as I would say, like hiding in the K-pop closet a little bit. I would not really post about it on social media, and because like people would just make fun of me, and I was a little bit embarrassed, and I didn't really like that people made fun of me like that. So I was kind of in the K-pop closet for a while, but a lot of my friends knew. My mom knew too. She was totally okay with it, but Yeah, and my brother. But Tumblr is kind of what got me introduced to more groups, because I started following more K-pop blogs, and you know, people just talk about all their groups that they like, and I seen some groups that I have never heard before, and one of those groups was Shinee. I've seen people talking about Shinee, and I even saw some people repost gifs of their song Replay. So, well, this is gonna bring me to my next album, which is Shinee Replay. So the reason why this is part of my journey, because I was not into K-pop when they debuted. This is their debut, but I was not in the K-pop world when this came out, but Replay was the very first Shinee song I ever heard. I just saw this post of like these two Tumblr accounts. I guess they were friends. I don't even really know, but they just kept like arguing back and forth what they think is the best Shinee song. And one of them said that she thinks Hello, which I think was their most recent comeback at the time. She thought Hello was like their new best song, and then this other girl was like, no, I think Replay is still their best song. So I just was like, I see this like Shinee a lot, like I'm gonna go search them up. So I searched up Replay, and that was the very first song I ever heard, and I just loved that song a lot. I like instantly, like that day, downloaded Replay on my iPod, and I found out it was their debut. I was like, oh my god, like this is such a catchy song, and I was like really interested by them. So then I searched up their latest song, Hello, at the time, and I loved Hello. Me being my like younger self, I really liked kind of like cute kind of songs. Like, I don't know, I just like Hello is kind of like a cute song, as I would say. I was just obsessed with Hello, and like that's when I felt like I was really gonna like Shinee. So yeah, I didn't have a bias or anything. Like, I didn't look too much into like the members, but I just like listened to their songs and everything. I had searched up their other song, Lucifer, and I don't know why, but at the time I didn't really like it that much, just because, as I would say, just because I was a little bit younger and I wasn't really into those kind of weird sounds. I don't know, to me like Lucifer was kind of a weird song to me, but I was really into Hello. So Hello and Replay I downloaded on my iPod. I just really was into those songs. So those were like my current jams at the time. Also, I don't have an album of this group, but this is a group that I had found out from Tumblr, and I actually really liked them, and it was Super Junior. So the very first song I ever heard by Super Junior was, I think it was Mr. Simple. I think that was like their latest, like very, very latest comeback. No, actually, I think their latest song at the time was Acha, the repackage. I think so. And I actually, that one was like my favorite by them. I also watched their older song, Sorry Sorry. I thought that one was okay, but I wasn't the hugest fan of that one at the time, but I loved Acha. I thought it was like really, really catchy, just such a good beat. Anyways, oh yeah, also during this time I was really into SS501, because I had found out about them from the drama Boys Over Flowers. I had searched up about Hyunjung, and I found out he was in SS501, and also they came back with their song Love Ya, which I was obsessed with. Love Ya, oh my god, that was on Replay. I'm kind of like all over the place with the timeline right now, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to keep it organized. Another album that kind of shows my beginning is Boyfriend. I was actually a part of Boyfriend's debut. I loved their debut because, you know me, as I said before, I was really into like cutesy concepts. They had debuted with a more than just cute concept. Like, it was the most adorable like thing I've ever seen, and I would replay that song all the time, and my brother would just my brother would come in the room, and I'm like streaming their music video, and he'd come in just like he would just be making fun of them, but I'm just like streaming this song, like I was obsessed, and then I ended up getting my friend into them. She loved them as well. Oh, another group I really liked was Beast. I wasn't like the hugest fan. My friend was, though. She loved Beast, but I liked them, but I wasn't like the hugest fan of them. If I had their first single, I'd show that, but this is their next one, so yeah. Anyways, Boyfriend was definitely a part of my K-pop journey. And also during late 2011, I had discovered a group I instantly loved by listening to their comeback. So it is A-Pink, and I'm choosing this album. I think just basically when this came out, I don't think I stated it, but I knew in my mind that this was my favorite girl group. So when My came out, you know, A-Pink was kind of underrated at the time, and I remember seeing posts on Tumblr being like, people need to give A-Pink more attention, like they're so underrated. And I remember when A-Pink was really underrated, and when this song came out, they were still underrated, and I was like, why? How are they so underrated? Like, they just came back with a bop, and that's what everyone would say, like, A-Pink just came back with this bop, and you guys are still sleeping on them. Yes, A-Pink was a group that people would sleep on, and I don't know why, but I definitely gave them all my attention, and just instantly NG became my bias. She's actually been my bias since this came out. So yeah, this is definitely an album that defines me, because this was the whole start of my Pink Panda journey. Look at this, pink. I am a pink panda, okay? But yes, oh man, I was obsessed with A-Pink. So ever since then, I was just like A-Pink all the way. Yeah, anyways, and also that's around the time when SNSD The Boys came out. I remember when SM first posted the teaser for The Boys, I literally replayed the teaser like a million times, like wow. And actually I think they released the English version and the Korean version like the same time, so I think I accidentally clicked the English version first, not knowing it was the English version. So I was listening to it and I'm like through halfway through, I'm like, why am I understanding this? And I thought to myself, holy crap, this is in English. Like I like, my brain, like instantly I thought I was gonna hear Korean. I'm just like, my mind is like, this is Korean, like you don't understand it. And like, I'm like, wait a minute, why do I understand these words? So yeah, I just wanted to add that in. But anyways, also I don't have an album by this group, but Tiara, if I had an album to show, I would. Tiara was definitely like part of my beginning of K-pop. Me and my friend would listen to Tiara so much. We actually, the next year in 2012, for our dance unit, sorry, in PE, I was actually with my friend that originally got me into K-pop. We were in the same PE dance group, and also all the other girls that were in my dance group were also into K-pop. Maybe like one or two wasn't, but they were okay with it. And that year we had danced to Roly Poly by Tiara, because that was like their latest comeback. We actually originally were gonna dance to Nuebio by FX, but we like not last minute, but like the next day decided to dance to something else. And then my friend, I think it was my friend, she suggested Roly Poly by Tiara, and I was like, okay, because I loved that song. We had danced to that, and actually my friend had gotten someone else in the audience to like record us, and like we posted it on YouTube. I'm pretty sure they might have taken it down. I even remember the outfits we were wearing. I was wearing like a pink crop top with a blue skirt and like brown Uggs. I don't know why I was wearing that. I remember we discussed the outfits though, but now I'm thinking, I look back and like, what the heck? Like, that's such a weird outfit. But anyways, so yeah, Tiara. And I remember back in the day, this is in like 2012 now, me and my friend were like just together. I kind of get like emotional thinking about the past, because I just had so much fun during those times with my friend. We would just be chilling at like, there's this elementary school really close to our house. We live quite close, so we would always meet up, and like there's this like elementary school like just over there over there, and we would always just go walk around the field there and just like listen to K-pop and stuff. And we would always listen to like Tiara. I don't remember exactly how I got into Miss A. I think the first Miss A song I ever heard was Goodbye Baby, I think. And I'm telling you right now, this comeback, which is another album that I think defines me, because just, oh, like this album, when like, I remember also when the teaser was posted for this, but it is Miss A, Touch. Yeah, this has to be one of the albums that defines me, because I like immediately fell in love with this song just by the teaser. And I had already liked Goodbye Baby. Like, I was obsessed with Goodbye Baby, so I was really into Miss A. When I found out they were coming back, I was like really into it. Also, back in the day, I don't know why, but I wasn't like too into listening to B-sides. I don't know why, because I kept like finding new groups, and I just would be listening to their title tracks, but I just kept looking at more and more and more. I just kept feeding myself with all these groups, and I didn't really like listen to B-sides. But I did listen to the B-sides to this, and I fell in love. Miss A and like A-Pink and SNSD were like my favorite girl groups. I like just watched the music video over and over, and I watched the live stages. Okay, so now we are gonna like move on to, there was a lot of other groups I didn't mention that I loved, like 4 Minute, Big Bang, 21, Infinite. So this is in like 2012. I can't remember which of these happened first, but I'm just gonna show this first. So this was the time that a specific comeback happened that made me total trash. So next album that defines me is Shinee Sherlock. Yes, this was the comeback that made me a 100% all-in shawol. I don't know what it was about this comeback that I was just so intrigued by. It's either like the choreography, just the whole sound, the album, I don't know, the looks, I don't know, but I was into it. And just instantly when I heard Sherlock, actually my friend, we were hanging out at her house, and when I first got to her house, she was like, hey Katie, did you hear Shinee's new song? And I was like, no, not yet. And then she played it for me, and I was like, Oh my god, I was just obsessed with that song. So this was on repeat for quite a bit back in the day. Yeah, so, and basically ever since then I just became a hardcore Showl. I just loved everything about them and I was just super impressed by them. I just thought they were like, I don't know, I can't like explain exactly my thoughts because this was a long time ago. All I knew was that I was obsessed. And yeah, so, but I didn't really know too much. As I said before, I didn't really look too much into the members back earlier, like before this comeback, but I just kind of listened to their songs casually. And anyways, so ever since this came out, I'm like, okay, I gotta learn more about the members. So I searched them up, and I don't know why, but Key just really interested me. I just loved his whole aura. I mean, he had a weird look too. He had like these weird like long bangs and it was just really weird, but I don't know why, but I just liked his like, I think I really liked his voice. I don't really know why, but, and I just felt like he was like one of the better dancers of the group. I just felt like he was an all-rounder, and I usually really like all-rounder members. So yeah, and basically ever since then Key became my bias, and he was basically my, I guess I would say, my ultimate bias. I didn't really think of it at the time, but looking back I guess he was, and I guess Shinee was my ultimate bias group. So yeah, this is, yep, this album and the B-sides were just amazing. So that is one of them. And then also during this time in 2012 this happened. Exo Mama. I didn't know about this until my friend had said to me like, hey, you know like the entertainment company that Shinee's with, SM, they have a new boy group. And I was like, what? So she's like, yeah, come over. So I came over and she first played me the music video, and I was like kind of weirded out because like the whole intro was like this super weird long talking intro, and I was like, what the heck is this? But the second the song started playing and I watched the whole thing, I fell in love. I didn't know anything about this group, but she told me some of the members' names, and she said she likes Chris a lot, and I thought he was really cute. I didn't really know who I liked, but yeah. And actually at the time I was kind of like, I was looking at Kai a lot, and I kind of like really liked him, so I kind of stated that Kai was my bias at the time. So that was that, and basically ever since then, I also had went back and watched History because they had also released that song, but I liked Mama way better. And but yeah, I was like really into them. So basically that was the start of my XOL trash. And but I didn't really look far into the members, but I loved their music, so, but I followed them ever since. So that is where I'm gonna end it with my beginning. I know this wasn't really part of my beginning. I guess I was like already kind of into K-pop when this released, but that is all the albums I'm gonna choose for my beginning. And I'm gonna try and make this really quick because I made this super long and I don't know how I'm going to like shorten this. But now I will show albums of groups that I think will be in my future, because to be honest, when I look into the future, I don't see myself getting out of K-pop. I mean, I've been into K-pop this long, since 2010, and like if I've stayed this long, actually in 2013 I took a little break from K-pop. I still listened to like some new releases, but I wasn't so hardcore into like trying to learn new groups, so I actually did miss a few debuts. BTS's debut I missed. Yeah, basically any groups that like debuted in 2013. I know I missed BTS's debut. I never even heard about. I still like try and kept up with like new releases, but I totally like missed their debut. I didn't hear about them till 2015. I don't know who else debuted in 2013. Like I just really wasn't so into K-pop in 2013. I just like took a kind of a break from like being so obsessed, because I got made fun of a lot, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna like try and slow down, just focus on school. I definitely got back into 2014 when I saw a new SM girl group Red Velvet debut, and also CLC. I saw they debuted and I was like, okay, this is lit. Why am I out of K-pop right now? Get back in there. I had found out that SM was debuting a new girl group, and that is Red Velvet. So I know Red Velvet is still, I don't know if they're really considered a rookie group anymore, because they did debut in 2014. That was quite a while ago now. Looking back, I know like it feels like 2014 was just last year. Where did the time go? But I have been a Red Velvet since their debut, since OT4, so I definitely think they will be in the future, because I don't know, they're just doing so well. I feel like they're one of the more popular girl groups right now, and I don't think SM is gonna throw them away anytime soon like they're kind of doing with FX, sadly. But yes, definitely feel like I will see a little more FX in the future. Sorry, not FX, I freaking wish. Red Velvet. I hope SM doesn't mess anything up with this girl group, but yeah, that. So I have another, this is kind of weird because that I'm showing this as what I'll be seeing in the future. So It is Shinee, and you know, ever since Jonghyun's passing, it's just physically not the same anymore. But I'm showing Shinee's album with the 4 of them because all 4 of them have like renewed their contracts with SM. So I won't be saying goodbye to Shinee anytime soon, even though it'll be a little depressing when the members slowly start enlisting. Like, we know Onyu is about to enlist like really soon, so but just for the fact that they all renewed their contracts, definitely will be seeing Shinee, whether it be solo, subunits. I don't think there'll be any subunits, but solos, and then maybe group come back way later. But I know I won't be saying goodbye to them, so because OT5 forever. Next group is Idol. So they are very newly debuted, and they are doing so well. I know KIBUM is actually going a little bit downhill right now, but I don't see Idol like failing at all. They are just amazing. I love their whole style. I think they really like caught the attention of a lot of people, so, and definitely me. So I definitely know I will be seeing a lot of them in the future, and I will definitely be collecting their albums. So that is one. And then another one is NCT. So this is definitely a fairly new group, debuted in 2016, and I know because like NCT, SM is like focusing a lot on NCT, and we all know that. So I feel like NCT is almost like their main priority right now, and I know I will be seeing a lot of them in the future with all these new units. I just feel like NCT is never gonna die. So yeah, I'm really excited for the NCT future, and that is that. And one last album is Stray Kids. This is also a new rookie group. Yes, I liked Stray Kids ever since their pre-debut, which was not that long ago, only like a year ago. But I know everyone loves Stray Kids. Like, they're doing so well already, and I already see them doing even better in the future. I see them actually really hitting it like really big. So yeah, I'm just like, I'm already really proud of their like accomplishments already. They're doing so well, so I really do see a lot of them in the future. And yeah, so that is everything. I talked so much and I'm crying, but I hope it's not too dark. It's very gloomy outside, so I'm really sorry. But anyways, that was my K-pop albums that define me tag. Thank you, Sanaa, for creating this tag video. I'm happy to have a new tag video going around out there. And yes, I don't tag anyone specific, but if you want to do this tag, and like anyone watching this, go ahead and do it. If you have a YouTube, do the tag. It was super fun. I'm a little bit out of breath right now, and I kind of like, I just feel like I talked so much, which I did. But anyways, so that was this video. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Bye!